So good evening, everyone, and welcome you all to today's exciting workshop on Power BI brought to you by the analytics community under Saranda House at IT Madras BS degree program. In today's world, we generate over lots of data every day, but raw data alone does not drive decisions. Insight does. That's where Power BI comes in. It is a Microsoft's tool for interactive dashboarding, real-time analytics, and dynamic storytelling. It is one of the most in-demand tools in analytics and business intelligence today, adopted by various companies. This workshop, titled Data Storytelling with Power BI from Raw Data to Insights, is designed to help you understand not just how to visualize data, but how to make it meaningful, how to present it in a way that influence actions and decisions. So let me introduce our incredible speaker, someone who truly lives and breathes data. We have with us Ms. Pratma Kadri ma'am. Ma'am is a seasoned leader in the world of analytics and visualization. She is currently a senior manager as Essential, with deep expertise in Power BI, data storytelling, and dashboard design that actually drives business decisions through meaningful insights. Today, she is here to help us level in art of turning rows and columns into stories that speak. It is going to be a fun and interactive session. Whether you are new to Power BI or already hands-on, today's session will help you bridge the gap between data and decision making beautifully and efficiently. So everyone, please join me in welcoming Ms. Pratma Kadri ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
So,
Good
yes,
evening,
Good
ma'am.
evening, ma'am.
relate. We will start on to the session. So, before to that, I had seen out to some of the messages from the chat box. So, let me take some of the questions that you people asked. So, first thing is this particular workshop will be taught from the very scratch, very basics. Every single detail will be covered. At the same time, we are going to be learning how to new specific decision making, new things that involves the futures of decision making. Following to that, we'll also get on to the hands-on demo experience on working with a different set of projects on converting the data into a real-time decisions. And finally, you'll also be receiving a certificate. This I've also not informed to Sartak yet, but since people have been asking for a certificate, definitely it should have some value for the purpose that you are here. So I'll be providing all the certificates to you. And tomorrow I'll be sharing you the link after the end of our session so that you could fill out to the form to receive the certificates. So now let's get on to the topic of Power BI. So, as mentioned, we'll be going from the very basics. So, I'll be taking out to a complete hierarchy, complete performer of data from the very start. So, any questions, any doubts, don't hesitate to ask me. You can just unmute your mic and give out to your questions right then and there. And following to that, I also want you people to be interactive. If at all anything that generally pops out to your mind or any kind of a suggestion or idea, whatever you try to bring it to the plate, you can just give out your hands on. So it's all about to making it interactive, and definitely if you're also kind of doing out to this particular experience parallelly onto your laptops or onto your systems, that's well and good. It's much more appreciated as well. So let's begin out to today's session. So first I'll be sharing my screen. Okay. So
Yes.
before I share my screen, let me give you a complete recap of the basics, so you understand what is what. Because once we get to share the screen, we'll be diving deep into the Power BI. We'll be exploring how to the complete end-to-end kind of a project from scratch, making you understand how to complete insights from a data set. So let's begin with the complete introduction. So let's not go with a straight away importance to the Power BI. So let's start out to the complete storytelling on how we generated, how we evaluated from the scratch. So first important thing, what you generally get to see when it comes to the data literacy. So data literacy is something like the kind of education you gain from data. So that could be anything, whether it's in format of a storytelling with Power BI, from raw designs of data to insights. So whatever you try to generate, bringing out to smarter decisions, not just in business, but also in engineering, research, entrepreneurship, and also even in your personal career. So coming to today's goals, we'll be covering out a different set of hands-on topics. So first we'll start with knowing the Power BI ecosystem. Next, connecting out to the transformation of raw data sets, because that's the more crucial part you need to understand, following to the impactful and interactive dashboards. And tomorrow's session, the agenda that I'll explain it on the later stage, but let's focus on what we are for today's session. So why do we need data? So data is basically a kind of a new electricity. So in every field, from AI to business strategy, data drives the decision engine. So whether you're a coder, product designer, startup, founder, or a researcher, your ability to interpret, visualize, and tell stories with data is what makes your work stand out. So it is something that it is no longer an optional mode. It is every single requirement all the specific organizations or the hiring companies look out for. So what we generally mean by this particular data literacy, it is basically to figure the patterns, ask the right questions, and use tools like Power BI to present insights clearly. So before I go to explaining the Power BI, let me give you a quick comparison. We have two tools, especially when it comes to the decision making. We either go with a Tableau or Power BI.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Tab, yeah.
Ma'am, screen is not shared.
Yes, screen is not being shared right now because I'm giving an introduction. So once we get into a complete hands-on experience, we'll be sharing the screen. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. So, okay. So what we know is we have two set of tools, Tableau and Power BI. So Tableau is basically used whenever you have to kind of communicate the decisions or some sort of an understanding patterns within the organization. But Power BI is basically a professional mode. That's the reason we generally use this to communicate to clients, stakeholders, or also to external people who are much more into a smart decision making. Why? The reason, because Tableau has a good amount of features, at the same time a minimal set of features that exist. So if you have around 20 plus features in Tableau, in Power BI you have more than 200 plus features included. So that's the reason people go with the Power BI. And if you are aware of Power BI completely end to end, Tableau is basically a cake of work for you. Next, you should be knowing that this is all relevant to the kind of a concepts that you deal with every single day. So when you generally get to work with the models, so we have to use different set of the languages or database management systems at the every single instant. But whatever you do it, whatever kind of business model, whatever kind of objective you're working upon, if you can't communicate the results visually and clearly, you will lose that impact. So Power BI makes this accessible. For that, you don't have to be a complete data scientist or kind of a data professional into using it. It's just a kind of a powerful tool for enterprise level analysis. So what we'll be doing is we'll be taking a raw data set. So I'll be using two kind of data sets. So whatever is your choice, we could go with that respective data sets. So we'll be using two data sets like sales data and also a student's performance data. So whatever the data sets you opt for, we'll be going and using out with that kind of a dynamic interactions to show you the complete creation of a dashboard.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, what is enterprise level?
Enterprise level means organization level. You generally call it enterprise as a keyword whenever you discuss about businesses. So that's a kind of a common keynote that we use it.
In this project or these workshops, will we going to connect real database or will use the CSV Excel file and upload in
Yeah,
LinkedIn or Twitter?
we'll be using the Excel file. So Excel file is the real kind of a database. So we have different set of formats for that. So once I get into that topic, I'll explain you all the sort of extensions that supports Power BI. So you can know what kind of data set that you could go with. But right now, since you are on a beginner friendly level, we'll be going out with a straightforward process to showcase how it works. At the same time, I'll also show you a different set of options that you could use out for different set of extensions that you go as a file note. Okay?
Okay, got it.
Yes. So next what we do, we'll be going out with different set of confirmation of transforming the raw data. So when you have to mention a raw data in a synchronous method of explaining it through the language of Power BI, you call a raw data is nothing but it is equal to a Power Query. So that's what you generally represent the terminology like in Power BI. And here you have different set of visuals that includes like bar charts, pie charts, line graphs, cards, slicers. So there are much more into it that we generally use to bring that interactivity and dynamicity to the dashboard. So why is Power BI very important? So what it generally transform this evaluation into is basically a kind of a component that it generally emerged from the Microsoft Power Platform. That generally means this particular tool as being emerged from Microsoft. They had this kind of a intention to compete out on a professional level. So they had brought out with this respective tool in competition with Tableau, so that they want to exceed the features of Tableau and make a kind of a instant soul tool that exists for the decision making. So that's the reason they had brought out to this particular specified tool. And here you have different set of options. Right now we are going to explore Power BI, but there are various set of options that exist in Microsoft Power Platform. So first is Power BI, which is a data analysis and visualization tool. Next is Power Apps, which is no code application development. Following to that, you have a Power Automate, which is a workflow automation. Next, Power Virtual Agents. That is, includes the chatbots and conversational AI, which is being included very recently. So the main decision making that generally happens in Power BI is efficiently a faster note and also on a smarter way, because it generally has the dynamicity to convert it into a rich visuals that doesn't have that same kind of flexibility if you compare it with Tableau. So additionally, you also have to recognize that this kind of a feasibility that exists for the integration with Excel, SQL, Azure, SharePoint, Teams, and hundreds of different set of data sources that you can use it in Power BI. So, in this today's generation, it's very much important to bring the intelligence factor to any company a person works into it, whether it's a business based company or whether it's a product based company. So, what we generally use out here is to visualize the model performance. We build dashboards for stakeholder communication. We also monitor the data transformation based on the KPI anomalies. I will explain out to every single terminology in detail for you once we get into the core concepts of discussion. So, what are the real world examples? So, let me giving a certain kind of examples that you see on a day to day basis. So that if you see, you have a Swiggy and Zomato. So they track the delivery times and customer churn to understand where the customers are coming from, what's the peak kind of a timing that people opt for the delivery, and the kind of particular set of the food that they order on a regular note. So these are all the some sort of analysis they generally perform that happens on a real time example when it comes to the option of a Swiggy and Zomato. Similarly, you have a particular platform called Airbnb. It monitors the host ratings, it monitors the dynamic pricing, and or can also see out to the interactive visualizations, understand the survey results, and see where are the kind of weak points that needs to be making out to a stronger decision making to leverage their growth or leverage their business. And following to that, let me give you a complete fundamentals of Power BI. So coming to the fundamentals, this is basically a powerful business intelligence tool. Why? First thing, you have three steps involved into Power BI. One is to visualize the data, next is to share the insights, and finally to make the data driven decisions. So this is this few three set of the inputs that we require to build the impactful dashboards. So let's take the consideration of the comparison that we have in the relation of both desktop and also a service method. So this is nothing but a two-way communication. So you have a Power BI desktop, you also have a Power BI kind of a service. So these are two-way set of tools that you use it. But especially if you are a kind of a beginner, you are a fresher, if you are new to this particular tool, people go with a Power BI desktop because it is beginner friendly and it is a kind of a free set of a tool that you could use it. But if you are on a kind of a professional organization and if you wanted some sort of a permissions and access to it, if you get that, you generally go with a Power BI service. The look, the outlook, the layout, the template, every single instance is going to be very much similar. But there is a minor difference. If you are using a Power BI desktop, you can use it out in your local system, in your local laptop or a particular PC that you're working upon. But if you are using Power BI service, it is only connected to the cloud-based service. So it doesn't have a kind of a flexibility or accessibility to work on a local system. So if you see, these are a different set of ways that you could compare both the desktop and service. But every single feature that exists in Power BI desktop is equivalently present in Power BI service. So there's no such difference.
One question, sorry to interrupt, but one
Yeah,
question I want to ask you,
yeah.
like if I made one connections in my Power BI local Power BI desktop with one database
Okay,
and made all the reports and all the calculations in my local, and
okay.
after that can I upload in Power BI services so that I can share my
Yes,
report to all the manager and stakeholder?
yes, you can upload because even the Power BI desktop also has a flexibility to connect with a cloud service. That is basically an advantage feature that's been recently included within last 2 years. So with that, you can definitely connect to the upload. If you at all you're having a connection access of Azure cloud, you can directly upload to the cloud. You can publish it. So it has that scalability involved as a feature in Power BI desktop especially. But if you go to a Power BI service, then definitely you can't give a reverse mode. You can't give a reverse mode to convert it into a desktop format and use it out in your laptop or PC. That only works for a cloud-based integration.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. So next comes is the kind of a collaboration effects that adds to both the set of tools. So coming to Power BI desktop, it has a access to share it through the email address. So if you share it through an email address, a person can see your dashboard, the person can see your analysis that you have done, but a person cannot share it out to a kind of a group invitation. So that particular service exists in Power BI. So Power BI service, what it has a kind of a flexibility to instantly share the reports and work it as a complete team or complete group. So if you are kind of working on a single project, single report, like 4 to 5 people together, you can use Power BI service for that. For Power BI desktop, you can do it as an individual. You can share the details, you can share the dashboard, but you can't have that interactivity to work together. So that is the main difference between both these respective tools. So especially in the business or in kind of an organizations where the kind of workability is more on the professional side, then they generally go with a Power BI service. If it is something kind of a communication that needs to happen within the organization or within a kind of a proper set of a team involvement, then definitely they go with the Power BI desktop. It all depends upon the scalability, because once you use it in desktop, you can immediately shift it to Power BI service whenever you have to communicate out to the external outsiders or external shareholders. So that's the kind of an advantage that goes with both the tools equally. But coming to futures, there's no change. Everything is more or less the same. Next comes the data flow. So you need to understand the kind of the formats that accepts in Power BI. So in as a data sources, so you have different sorts of data. Whether it's a raw data, it could be any format. So whether it could be a Excel format or SQL format, APIs format, web format, SharePoint, cloud databases, whatever the format it is having that collaboration facility with Power BI tool. So the kind of data sources, whatever option you go with, it has that interactivity with Power BI. Next comes the usage of the Power Query Editor. So this is basically a kind of declaration, the terminology you give whenever you're working with a raw data. Because whatever the data set you get, it's basically a data that you generally get it out on a specified note as per the problem statement that you're working upon. Yes. So someone has been asking a question. Yeah, okay. So there's nothing important missed out, Vanchishwaran. So I guess you can generally cope it out. I'm just covering out the basics. Yes. So what we do here, basically Power Query, I'll explain you, because once I show the particular tool with the proper set of information, you will definitely relate yourself better, because you have to understand the terminologies very well in advance. So before I show to the tool, so it's breaking out to bringing that kind of an insights very much as a awareness. So you don't feel that kind of conjectivity to understand what could be the next kind of a step that I'm going to be taking it forward. So, Power Query Editor is where you generally create the dashboards, where you generally create the particular layouts. So, that's the kind of a place where it brings the interactivity alive. Next comes the terminology data model. So, in data model, we try to understand the relationship between different set of categorical rows and columns to derive sort of an analysis from the data or from the expressions. And additionally, the terminology that involves fall into it is the reports and visualizations. Here we generally go with different set of visualizations, the kind of an interactive visual format you bring, either it in format of a charts, graphs, slicers, or tables, to bring the interactive reports out of it. And finally, if you want to publish to Power BI service, you can do that if you have access to the premium version of the cloud. Then definitely that sharing could be directly accessible from the Power BI desktop itself. So it is a kind of a way you share, you refresh, you collaborate. Everything has the highest sense of security involved when you have to work on any specific set of dashboards involved in Power BI. So that's the main advantage people, specifically on a professional note, go with a Power BI over a Tableau tool. So where did you see real-time examples of Power BI? So you can cover with the various set of industries, like coming to retail industry, healthcare industry, finance industry, education industry, whatever industry you take it. So just take a consideration of example retail. So in retail industry, you can track the sales performance across the regions and product lines. You can monitor the inventory turnover, stockouts, and supplier efficiency. You can analyze the customer behavior to optimize the promotions and loyalty programs. So there are various set of use cases. And if you go with the healthcare, you can visualize the patient data, admission trends, and treatment outcomes. You can monitor the hospital resource usage like beds, equipments, staff availability. You can ensure the regulatory compliance and identify the care quality issues. So every single instance that goes with a Power BI, you can calculate it out, you can analyze it out, and you can derive the decisions. So similarly goes for the finance and education as well. So education things, I guess you'll be understanding it better because I'm going to be using the data set that relates to education, which you people could kind of understand it as you are into a stage of the education. So definitely you'll be relating to that respective concept very easily. Next, coming to the connecting of the data sources, which is the first and most crucial step. Like whenever you're opening the Power BI for the first time, or whenever you're kind of you have
Excuse
a
me, ma'am. Are you presenting something?
right now, no, I'm not presenting anything. I'm just giving an introduction. I'll be presenting it out in 2 to 5 minutes. So once
Okay.
I give out to the terminologies, I'll share it. Okay?
Okay, okay. I thought your screen is not visible.
No, no, it's not visible for everyone.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes. Tell me.
So, uh, for data cleaning purpose, I have seen in Power BI also there are options for data cleaning. So,
Yes.
what is generally preferred? Data cleaning in Excel and then bringing it to Power BI, or cleaning and everything should be done in Power BI?
Okay, so there's a major difference here. So if you're doing it in Excel, it's going to be kind of a time-consuming process because whenever you take the consideration of data sets, you won't be having around just 10 lines of data or 10 categories of data. You'll be having more than 500 pages, 1000 pages in real-time scenarios. So in that case, it's much more difficult. But unless you understand the shortcuts that you need to apply, if at all you're using the advanced Excel, then definitely you can do it in Excel itself. But if you want to simplify the process, you can do it directly in Power BI too. The Power BI too has the flexibility to kind of remove the mismatches, remove the kind of what null values. So whatever the kind of particular categorical rows and columns which are not involved for the proper decision making as per the problem statement that you are working upon, you can generally remove that directly also from Power BI itself. It has that flexibility in either of the cases. But it again depends upon the amount of data that you have in a data set. If you have a wide set of data and if you're not aware of the shortcut tricks and techniques that you can use in advanced Excel in a short span of a time,
Ma'am,
definitely you
sorry
have
to
to do it
interrupt you.
otherwise.
Your voice is too low, like even in call, full volume, not able to.
Sorry,
Your voice is too low, even in full volume, not able to understand properly.
uh, my voice is not clear.
No, ma'am, it's
Your
clear.
voice is
Please
clear, but
help
the
me.
volume is too low.
Too low. Okay. Let me see.
No, ma'am, it's all okay.
Hi,
Yeah,
it's
ma'am, it's
fine
all
now.
okay.
I think
Okay,
there's some
ma'am.
background issue with this guy, na? So that's why he's facing such.
मे बी उसका नेटवर्क इशू है.
Yeah, I hope it's audible right now, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What about you, Mahasin? Is it audible for you?
Sorry?
Is it audible for you?
Yeah, now.
I guess you have some background noise at your side. As per others, whatever they had given out as an input, we are able to hear it. We just once check it out from your side because from my side it's completely on a high note. So obviously, if I go beyond that, it will blast your ears. Yes. So shall I continue?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Arya, you had this question, right? Is your question clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yes. So first generally comes is basically the importing out to the data, which is the more crucial step. It could be a kind of a data which is of any form. So what are the kind of extensions that it supports in Power BI? So first is the Excel format, the in a kind of a dot Excel XX or XLS, whatever format. You can use it out here in Power BI. Next is .csv format. Even those particular set of data files are equally accepted in the Power BI tool. So whatever the thing, whatever the kind of data set you choose with, and people can either go with the SQL format and different set of formats as well. But what they do is to avoid the complications. Whatever kind of file or format they have, they either convert it into an Excel format or the CSV format. and then they use it through the Power BI tool because it's going to be much more clear, much more efficient, much more flexible in bringing your dynamic interactions into a visualized dashboard. Okay. Yes. So let's go with just a kind of minor sort of differences and minor sort of terminologies to understand. So within a minute or two, we'll be moving on to a Power BI tool. Yes. So next thing is basically the set of information when it comes to understanding the difference between the import mode and also a direct query live. So import mode is basically to import the data directly. The direct query live is basically used to stay in the source and just take the information of data on a live mode. So if you want a real-time data access, so you can just take the data live through using the direct query. But for that, you again need an access to any sort of a web platform or web particular scraping to gather the data on a live mode as a real-time inputs that you bring to the Power BI tool. But through the import mode, if you have a data set that's being readily available, because what people do, especially when they get into a Power BI, to avoid the confusion, they first work on a data set. If they have to do some sort of a cleaning or sorting, they do that. But at the same time, even when you're kind of deriving the decision making through the dashboard using Power BI tool, even at some or the other instant, they might feel the data set could be improved. But for that, you have the flexibility of feature involved in the Power BI tool. So they don't have that kind of a tension to kind of do it separately and go it along with the same set of format. So once I show you all the details, you definitely understand it better. Yes, Srishti, you are saying something? Could I necessary for Power BI, and if so, how much? So Excel is equally important as far as the Power BI. So Excel and Power BI is again a different entity. So Excel is where you generally do a lot of numerical calculations, especially if you have a kind of a data set that is more than 1,000 or 2,000 pages. You can't do the calculations manually. So you have to automate the process, which that kind of a convenience and flexibility you have it from the features of advanced Excel. So Excel is equally important as much as Power BI. And Power BI, when it comes to this particular tool, we generally use for presenting the dashboard, showcasing out in a visualized format for bringing a brief understanding. Because too much of boring text, too much of boring data is very much inefficient to understand the realistic situations, realistic scenarios that could apply in the business or the organization. Yes. So, okay, so I'll be sharing the screen because everyone are requesting for it. Yes. So this is the desktop. So this is the Power BI desktop that I had installed it. So whenever you open the Power BI desktop for the first time, this is how you see it. So this is going to be a different set of options that you could find it here. Whatever the kind of data set, whatever the kind of data source that you want to include it directly. So if a kind of a person has shared some sort of a data with you, it generally shows it out here. Or if at all you had added some sort of a data set files as well, it will show it out here because that's the kind of a recent file that you had worked upon. So based upon whatever that you are using out as a data set. So yes. So regarding to this, shall I start, or if you have any sort of a questions before I dive into the Power BI? No questions, I assume. Okay. Because I'm not seeing the messages right now, I'm hearing Power BI desktop. So you have to unmute your mic and ask if at all you have any queries.
Ma'am, you can proceed.
Yeah, okay, cool. So the first thing what I'll do, you can do it in multiple ways. If you go with a blank report, you have to create completely from the scratch, including inputting out to the data information as well. But when you come to the concept of data information, it's just going to be very vast. It needs to be having good amount of data to derive proper decision making. So always the best thing, don't go with a scratch thing. Either if you have some sort of a data set, you can go with it. Else you go with the kind of a format where you can modify, improvise, or add some extra additional data once you have a kind of a realistic data set already pushed into the resource box. So I'll show you the every single example so you don't have to get confused. First thing is, this is how you generally get to see whenever you open a Power BI desktop. So if you see, this is doesn't have any kind of file name, it is untilted. So let's click on the Excel workbox. Yes, so I had given out to the location here. So go with all files. I had used out to two set of data sets that I go with this particular workshop. Let me take the data set of Superstore. So it's like a Superstore e-commerce based analysis that you can do it. So let us click open. So it is being establishing a connection at the backend where the data is being stored and it is viewed for us. So this is how the data looks like. Okay. So it says in the data in the preview has been truncated due to size limits because the data is very big, right? You can't upload every single thing in a single page of a view. So that's the reason it's being shortened out. It has taken out to only first set of information. So you have to
And can you share this data so that we can also open the
yeah,
same
sure.
at the same time?
Yeah, sure, definitely. So let me share the link to it. Okay.
So should we open Power BI and do the same?
Yeah, you can do it parallelly, definitely. That would be very much appreciated. Uh, Let me take the link for you. Add the link here. So this is the dataset link of store analysis. So I have given a dataset link that is basically from Kaggle. What you could do is you can use your personal email address or whatever email address you have it. You can log in through that and you'll be getting to download this CSV or Excel file. So this is basically a CSV format that I have used. So you can go with the same kind of format from your side as well. Okay.
Right.
Yes. So I'll once again share my screen. Yes. Is it visible? Yes.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Visible.
Okay. Yes. So do you need some time to save the particular CSV file, or should I start to save it?
Start.
Okay. Cool.
Ma'am, please give us a minute.
Yeah. Okay. No problem. We could wait for a minute. So you have to register in Kaggle. So you don't have to take any kind of a hard design over there. You just click on signing. You'll be able to see a particular option of whatever the email address that you want to use it. If at all you aren't having any kind of a default email address, you just give your email address. That's it. Whatever email address that you're already using it. So it just takes that same information by default, and you'll be getting to see the download file. Okay, you just joined it. No problem. I'll share the link once again. Yes. Do you want me to show the process as well? Okay, let me show it. So this,
Yeah. Please show me the process, ma'am,
yes.
please.
So this is the data set. So this is the link that I had opened. Okay. So now if you come down, you'll be getting to see this is the CSV file, the data set that we needed. You have to click on download. So if you see, I had already logged in here, so I could find the download option directly. So if you don't have the information logged in, you click on sign in and you use your email address to log in. Then this particular
Okay,
download option will get activated. You click on
okay,
download, you'll be getting to see here in the download.
okay, ma'am. Let us download first.
Yes,
Give
sure.
us 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes.
Yes, sure.
Ma'am, can you show how to open this in Power BI?
Yes, I'll open it. I'll once again do it. Don't worry. So let
I,
everyone
I
be on
joined
same
late, ma'am.
boat. But
I joined late, so kindly let us cop up with that.
yeah, yeah, sure, sure, definitely. So what I will do is I'll redo it once again. So I'll close the Power BI completely and open it from the scratch. Okay.
Yeah. Please just a minute.
Yes. So I'm
Ma'am, I
not.
have one doubt, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, where to download this Power BI?
Means size I'm asking. What is the size of?
Size, it depends based upon your OS, whether it's a 64-bit or 32-bit. If you want that link, I'll share that as well.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure. Please
Samples.
share that link
It is
as well.
sample superstore, no, ma'am. Sample superstore.
Yeah, sample superstore dataset. Yes.
First, we have to select this, then download, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Ma'am, I have downloaded from the link which is above on the top download, and a zip file is being downloaded from there.
Yes. Because you have uploaded from top, it comes in a GIF format. If you upload from down, you get it directly in a CSV format. If you get it in zip format, you convert the zip format into a folder format.
Yeah,
You
I
can
have
extract
done
it.
that. Is that okay, no?
Yeah, is that okay? Yeah, you can extract it and you collect the file separately and keep it in the downloads or wherever the folder you want to locate it.
Right.
Yes. So if you want the
Ma'am, how to extract?
yeah, so if you want the Power BI, this is the link. So this is the link you have to use, and you have this option download PBI desktop. So let me add the detail here. Yeah, it is a kind of a high amount of storage.
It is available on my App Store also, Microsoft Store.
Yeah, it is also available on Microsoft Store too. But coming to Microsoft Store, because there's going to be some sort of internet interruptions or something, it is definitely a hard case. It generally downloads it for the first time or not. So it's better you go with a direct website so that you complete the download process within the time limit and without any disruptions in between. Yes,
Excuse
it
me.
depends. Yeah, it depends. The size depends basically upon your OS that you're working. It depends upon the 32 or 64-bit. It again depends upon whether your Windows is 10 or 7 or what kind of OS that you're having it. Based on that, the size also varies. It will obviously understand what kind of desktop you're working with, and based on that, that respective file will download for you on a customized note. So the size storage space is going to be different for every single person.
Ma'am, I am downloading my Power BI desktop, but it is asking to go to Microsoft Store every time. Like,
Maybe you had enabled or activated the default Microsoft Store option in your system. That's the reason it is asking. But by default, if at all you haven't activated that option, you will get a direct access to the website. Yes.
okay.
Anyone has any questions? Priyanshu or Ajikya?
Yes, ma'am. RGK this side, ma'am.
Download the data, ma'am. But how to Power BI?
Ma'am, I have downloaded the data, but how to extract?
Okay, yeah, downloaded. Okay, you just click on the right. Let me show you how do we do that. Okay. Yes. So you have downloaded from here, right? So you'll be downloading it from here. When you click here, download dataset as
Zip.
zip. Yeah. So what you
Yes,
do
ma'am.
after it is downloaded, so this is how it looks like. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So if you see,
Just right click and extract.
yeah, right click. Yeah, right click and extract. You have extract to the particular folder name, the same name as the file name. You'll get to see it. You'll be able to extract. Let me show you here. So like this. So let me take a kind of an example. So this is like for BI hands-on. So if I go to extract to Power BI hands-on labs master, you get it in a folder format. So because it's already being done here, that's the reason it's not asking out to the notification. So it's just telling out if you have to rename it or if you have to reload it. So you can generally do it directly. So you will be getting out here in the folders format. Okay? Yes.
Ma'am,
Yeah. Your voice is breaking, Shrikant.
yeah, I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible now. Yes.
Ma'am,
Yeah, Yeah, tell me.
That link you have shared, that is for Mac also.
Yeah, it is same for everything because it automatically recognizes the OS.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
In the
Uh,
the
Prasad, your voice is breaking actually. I'm not able to hear you.
okay.
Yeah,
Shall we
Okay.
continue?
you just dropped me a message here in chat. Okay. Yes. So shall we start? Do you want me to do it from the start, the Power BI?
Which link?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yes,
So
you
first
can.
I'll close this and I'll open Power BI desktop. This is the app. This is how it looks like whenever you search it. Yes. So this is the home page of Power BI. This is how it looks. Okay. So are everyone in the same page?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So let's go ahead with it. Let's not waste any more time. So first thing we do is basically open the file. So I can open a file here from here. If not, you can just go with the direct options. So let me go with the home page, Excel workbook. So I'm opening the option of all files. So I get to see the file. I'm uploading the sample superstore. So this is the sample superstore. I'm getting to interact at the backend. This is how the data looks like. We have different set of options. So first thing is the load option, where you generally download this particular data into the visual interface. Here you can just use the particular data directly. And if at all you want to do modifications, if at all you're not happy with your data set, if you want to do some sort of a cleaning process or some sort of a organizing process for your data, then you use transform data. But this transform data, you can also do it once you upload the data as well. You don't have to do it right now here itself because it's definitely not easy to read out the complete data, because here you get only the first 10 to 20 lines of data as a preview node. So you can't prejudge the information and do it directly here. So always a better practice, click on load. Yes, the data is being loaded here. If you extend it, you can see this is all the data. These are all the set of categorical rows and columns that is being included in the data set. These are all the rows and columns. So now what you can see different set of interfaces here. So what is what? This particular page, this particular complete box from here to here, it is called as a ribbon. It is called as a
Okay, ma'am.
Is everything fine?
Yes, ma'am.
I had a resound, so let me once again share the screen. Okay, yes. Okay, let's close this because this is the earlier one. Let's go with the new one. Yes. What happened? Yes. Cool. So we are in this particular page. There are different set of boxes that you could see. So first, this box is basically called as a ribbon. So this is a ribbon box. Next, this box, the complete white page, this is called as a canvas. These are different set of the tools or different set of the terminal interfaces. These are different set of views you get through this particular interfaces of a terminal. So you
Ma'am,
call it this
ma'am, I
particular
am
box.
talking about loading the downloaded sample store data into the Power BI. That is not
Uh,
being opened.
why it is
Yes,
not?
ma'am. I am also lagging.
So what is the issue? Okay,
It
let me
is
do
not
one thing. If
showing
you
in
want to,
the download folder. Actually, it is there. It is there as comma separated value.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because see,
So in the CSV format, so you have to open it and then resave it as in Excel format.
yeah, you have to convert it. You have to extract it, and you have to convert it into a collecting a single data set. And wherever you want to upload it, you can upload. You have to extract the file. So because that is in a zip format,
Ma'am, we have
it will be
extracted it. I have
After
extracted it,
extracting, how
and
to
it
get
is
the
showing
time?
as Microsoft Excel comma separated value file. But when I am going through the Power BI route, it is not there in my download folder. It is not visible.
it depends like where you uploaded it. So wherever you downloaded it, it will show the particular file in that respective folder. So you just try to see where your file is getting downloaded, so that you can open it out through the browse option and select that respective file.
Yeah, I have done the same thing, ma'am.
Can I
Okay,
say something? Maybe you have selected Excel files only. When you are opening the file, it is by default getting selected as Excel file. It is showing only Excel file. Select all files. Then you will be able to see the CSV file.
okay, you had missed the option, might be, I guess, because by default you won't be able to see it. You have to select all files.
Select all files from where, ma'am?
From the notification box, you get a dialog box, right? Whenever you have to select a file, you get a dialog box. It's asking to select a file, but you won't find a file in the respective folder. So what you do on the
Right.
down right hand side, you can see the box.
Yeah, now I got
Yeah,
it. Yes. Thank you.
yes,
Thank you.
yes, got you. So, are you ready? Let's start.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this
Yes, ma'am.
particular box is completely the ribbon box.
Ma'am,
This is
ma'am, recording will be available of this.
yes, it will be available.
Okay.
After
Because I'm not
loading,
able to
ma'am.
download it, is lagging.
Okay, sure, no problem. You can see it out later in that case. Yeah.
Ma'am, after loading the Excel data,
Hmm.
which options should I choose? Load, transform data,
Load data.
load data. Oh,
Yes. Okay. Yes. So this is a ribbon data. This is the terminology we use for this particular space. Next, this space is basically the canvas. So you call this page as a canvas. This is where you visualize the dashboard. These particular options are terminals. So these are all terminal views. You have different set of views that exist based upon the kind of interaction that you want to showcase it. Here you have the different set of options. You have filters, you have visualizations, you have formatting, you have data, every single instance that you require to visualize your dashboard. So first thing what we do, let us see how the things work. So let us close this filters right now, we don't need it. So we can see we have different set of views. We have report view, we have table view, we have model view based upon what you want to bring it. So report view is the kind of a place where you interact or kind of a dashboards where you create the dashboards. And in the table view, you just pull this data here, you get it in a table format. Next, the model view, it generally tries to show the flow chart, show the roadmap, show the direction, how you can relate the categorical rows and columns together. So based upon whatever you try to understand and derive it, you have to select that respective option. So let's focus on the dashboards first because that's something, the crucial thing that we're going to start with right now. So the first important thing here in the events, you have to understand there are different set of options. So first thing is to get the data, you have different set of options, whatever the sort of a data format that you're using, you can select that option and upload the file. You have the direct access. Yes. Someone is saying something. Hello.
No, ma'am, no one is saying anything. Please continue.
Anyone has any question? Do I continue?
No, ma'am, you can go ahead.
Yes.
Uh,
Please
No, ma'am.
continue. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. So this is the Excel workbook. If you have to upload the CSV or Excel file directly, you can go with this particular option. This is a database options for SQL-based database data set, or if kind of a one-leg data set, whatever the kind of database management that you choose it, based on that respective operational file, you can go with that respective data set. If you have to create a complete data from the scratch, obviously if it is a kind of 10 lines of data or 5 lines of data, you can do it. But on a automatic note, like if you have to write around 200 lines or 300 lines with different set of rows and columns, it's not definitely not possible to do it completely from the scratch. So this is a kind of a minor thing not many people go with, because you have to create a complete table, complete information and data from the scratch. Next, this is a database. This is also a kind of a internal tool that connects with the SQL based datasets. Next comes the recent sources. So this is the recent data that we had used here. So that's what appears here. Next comes the transform data. This is basically to edit the data, to structure the data, to organize the data. This is the set of options that we use it. And there's a kind of a chances, like if you have done some particular interaction, you have done a dashboard, and in certain point of a time you feel you need to add extra data, and with this kind of data you already have right now, you're not getting enough analysis, enough results out of it, then you have to click refresh so that you can add the extra data whatever you input it out here in the data box. The text box is basically an extra additional inclusion, something like a decor you give it to the dashboards. So if you have to write some sort of a heading, some sort of a topic, beside to the interactive dashboards, you can use the text box. So there are different set of information. So this particular options, I'll be sharing it out once we get into a deeper concepts. So let's go with a complete scratch or basics of how you need to work with. So these are basically a kind of different pages that you can create for a one single project. So if you have to create a different set of dashboards, just this particular canvas space is not sufficient. It depends on how you want to project it, how legible you want to showcase it out to the stakeholders. So you can create different pages based upon the topic, based upon the objective, based upon the analysis that you're doing it. So you can click on plus, you can add different pages below. So first thing what you do, let's see onto the data. You have seen a different set of categories involved. First is basically the what category, what kind of category, I mean the product or what kind of particular information or the category it belongs to. Like if you are going to Amazon store, there are different set of categories. One is like fashion and apparel. Next is like electronics and gadgets. So you have different set of categories. So those are the categories that generally belongs here. Next, you have the city, you have the country, you have a customer ID, because customer ID is unique based upon a customer. But it doesn't show for us, but this customer ID is uniquely created at the backend database. Next comes the customer name, the discount that's being applied for whatever the product a person is buying, the order date for the product, the order ID, the postal code, the product ID, the product name, the profit it is being generated from that respective product through the complete e-commerce, the quantity, how many quantities have been sold for that respective product, the region, the row ID, sales, the segment, ship date, ship mode, state, and subcategory. So all the requirements as per the e-commerce based analysis is being saved here in a dataset. So now what we do, let's go with a simple sort of information. So first we'll go with a visual format. Let's go with a very basic. So let's stack a bar chart. So this is, I
Ma'am, these
just,
functions are inbuilt in the Power BI. These
yes, these are
functions
all
are
inbuilt in the
inbuilt in
Power
the
BI.
Power BI.
Yes, yes, right.
And
You just
every
have
data we
to
will
look.
upload, this will be inbuilt. Okay.
Yes, right.
Okay.
So
Okay.
once you upload the data, these options will get
Okay.
active. You just have to create option, whatever the particular visual effect that you want to bring to your dashboard. So this is the column chart. So I selected a column chart to do an analysis. So let me open it big. Okay. So now we know you have the particular model here. Now we have to feed the input. So you have a x-axis, you have a y-axis. So what could be the x-axis, what could be the y-axis? First, let us give the product name into a x-axis. Just drag it and store it here. Next, what is the y-axis?
where is our data uploaded? Where is our data
Here.
uploaded here?
Here, this is all the data.
Which one?
This one. You can see my cursor.
No. Hello. Yeah. Quantity.
Okay. Yeah, these are all
Your
the
cursor is on the
categorical.
quantity.
Sorry? What did you say?
Hello. Your cursor is on the quantity. On the quantity. Your cursor is on the quantity. Hello.
Yeah, the cursor
I'm
here
audible?
is in different. You are audible to me.
Ma'am, keep your cursor sample, ma'am. Sample and.
This one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the data set. These are all the particular rows and columns.
Perhaps my screen is fixed. I'm getting again. I am joining. Okay, something wrong. Okay.
Okay.
Because I'm not able to see your cursor properly. I'm rejoining. Okay, thank you.
Okay, no problem. So this is the complete data set. So this is all the data. In this, all these particular topics that we see are the rows and columns that exist in this data set. Now we are deriving the relation, you are deriving the visual statistics to understand the insights. So first thing what we are doing is we are selected the column chart so that we want to see the visualized information in format of a column chart. So first thing what we need, we have to bring the comparison based upon the future that you want to subject it out to. So what is the future you want to subject? You have to give the product name. So let us take a product name first because that's how you can categorize it first. And next we will going with the quantity. So what's the quantity for every single product? So we know this particular product name has been given the highest orders or lowest orders. So we just know how to the complete ratio of the information. So let's select the quantity and push it to y-axis. So it is sum of quantity. So you got the chart here. So this is the column chart. So this is how you generally get to see. This is an x-axis and this is a y-axis. Okay. So now if you see, these are all the particular products that you could find it out here, like staples, different sort of staples, or the kind of some sort of stationary items. This is basically a complete stationary items. You can generally see it. I mean, how many quantities it's being ordered for every single product, that also you can see it here. Now, if you want, you can replace it. So, for example, let us see the country based. Let's go with country. Let's remove the sum of quantity. Yes. So if you see, this is a country based and a product name. So here in the product name, let us change. You can do it in two ways. You can either drag it, else you can generally remove the field and you can also select the information. Like you can click add data field here. So if you see, this is the kind of an option, you can add the data field. So based upon whatever you want to input it. So for example, let me take the information like the country and the okay, let us take the profit. So let me push the country here, let me push the profit here. Okay, so now if you see, you only have the data for United States itself. That means every single product that you find it here is only based out of United States of America. And for this, the profit it's been generating out just on a country base because you have a one state, you won't have a different set of a bar graph here. So this is not the right thing that we generally go with because you only have a one country. So let's now go with this product here.
How did you manage to choose only the country US? Sir?
Actually, that is pre-figured data, right? This is the data that
Yeah, okay, like that.
Yes.
I thought the country. I thought okay, it will have the name of some countries there. No, Okay,
Yes,
only
yes.
US is there. Is it
Yeah,
okay?
yes. This e-commerce is only for the US region. So
Acha.
that's then you get only one option there. So first thing,
No,
yes,
yeah.
yeah, yes,
Thank you.
sure. So next thing is you had given a product name again. You again want a profit. So what is the profit for every single product? So if you see the product profit or whatever you show it through an X and Y axis, it shows in a descending order. So the particular product that has higher profit will come first. You can see out to all the values how much of a profit is being generated for every single product. So if you see for the Canon image, this electric punch, sorry, Canon image class 2200 advanced copier. So this is the highest sold product with a good amount of profit that's been generated from this product. So this is the profit that generated 25,199. So when you take the cursor to that respective row, it will tell how much profit has been generated for that respective product that's being placed here. Okay? Yes?
Ma'am, can I ask a question here?
Yeah, sure.
Ma'am, the profit that is being shown, it gives me no information in particular. I mean, the year is not mentioned, the quarter is not mentioned. How do I get all those things also?
You can do it. You can generally interrelate it. So if like create a different set of visualizations with different set of parameters, it obviously interrelates. So for example, what you want to know, you tell me. I'll show you.
Okay.
Yes. So for example, let's take the line chart. Okay. Uh, okay, let's not apply it here. So let's go with the new one. Okay. So yes. Yes. Now we go with the new one. This is the line chart. So here what we do, we'll select the option. So we will go with the sales and we will go with the region. Let us go with region and sales.
Pardon, ma'am, where do you selected this line chart?
This is the option, line chart.
Okay, 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 fine,
Yeah,
thank you.
you can, if you want, you can just take the cursor. You can see different set of options. You can also see the
Okay,
tagline for that respective option you want to choose.
okay, ma'am. Okay.
Ma'am, but after selecting the line chart, previous one is replaced.
Sorry, after selecting,
Line chart previous data is replaced. Previous table, profit
because
table.
the thing is, you might have selected this box, so it is being replaced. So what you do, you keep the cursor outside and you unselect the box. Now you select the option line chart. You get it out as a separate dashboard. Okay.
Ma'am, can you repeat it once?
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
So you might have selected this box. That's why it's being replaced. You unselect this box. You keep the cursor outside. You unselect, and then you select this option of line chart. You get it out as a separate visualization box. Okay.
Ma'am, I have a hello.
Your voice is breaking. Yeah. Hello.
Ma'am, I have a doubt. Like you got this data sample superstore. Is there any website that we can get many other data to use them as a project?
Yes, definitely. You have tons and tons of data sets from Kaggle website. Whatever the topic you want, whatever the domain you want to choose, you can type it there. You can find different amount of data sets. Whichever is comfortable, you can go with it and you can practice it. And but this particular information, the data sets
Is
that
the,
we are
is the
using it right now,
ma'am, is that
yeah,
only
tell
for
me.
user region or we can get data for other regions?
It depends upon the data set that's being uploaded. If you go with different regions, if you go compare with only single region, it basically depends upon the person who had uploaded the data set. So it could be anything. You can just see the particular description, particular introduction information to understand what is the data set about, what particular countries, what particular categorical information that it includes in the data set. Based on that, you can opt for the right choice.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am.
It will
Thank you.
be explained it out appearing the
one thing,
text.
one thing, ma'am. When we
Yeah.
are when we upload our data, uploading. I'm late. So
Hmm.
when it is asking load and transform data and consent from CSV, because the
Right.
data downloaded with CSV, so whether I
Okay.
should download or transform data.
You have to load the data.
No transformation. Okay.
No
Okay.
transformation.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because I was late, so I
No
just.
problem. You can ask me anytime.
Okay.
Yes. So
Just
this is the drag option that we have used for a line chart. So now what we do here, let's select the particular thing. So whenever you select this box, you'll be getting to see a x and y axis. So you need to decide what goes into x axis, what goes into y axis. So coming to here, let us go with the quantity and order ID. So first push the order ID, then we go with the quantity. So this is how you get it, because it's a line graph, you just get it like a line. Okay. Now, so if you see, there's a different set of information being transforming over a period of time to understand based upon every single product ID, so every single order ID, what is going to be the quantity of that respective product. So what we do, so this is how you generally get to see it. Now if you select the cursor here, if you press with the right information, so what we do, we generally get to see the respective data here. So if you have seen here, yes, you can show it out in different way, like whatever the order you wanted, you can show it. For example, click on the options. Sorry, let me go to back to report. Yes, you can show it out in different ways. If you want, you can show it as a table as well. So this is how it looks in a table format. If you want, you can generally sort the axis, so you can also add the extra additional details. So right now what we have the order ID, you have the quantity. So we can generally mention like what order you want, whether you want in descending order, whether you want in ascending order, whatever you want it, you can use it. So next thing generally comes here is different set of options. I'm trying to showcase it out to you so you can try it out. Let's see the donut chart. Sorry, I again selected it. I have to select. Yes, this is the donut chart. So now let's see the different set of elements that goes into a donut chart. So first thing here, let us see based on the discount for the products. So let's push the selection here. Okay. Yes. So data fields. So here you can add these data fields directly. So first thing is, because it is a donut chart, it doesn't come in x and y axis, because this is a donut. It doesn't have any x axis. It doesn't have any y axis. So what you generally do, let us add discount. This is how it looks. Now for this, you add the product name in the values. This is the donut chart.
once again, ma'am, how did you drag this?
Okay, let me show it from first.
Yeah, first, ma'am, because
Yes, sure. So this is the option here, donut chart.
okay.
Yeah, click on that. You get it here.
Yeah.
Particular board. This is the
Yeah.
particular option you have to select. Now, first thing what I had chosen is the discount, because we want to know the discount. So first we choose the discount.
We have
Then
to drag. You have to drag that to
yes,
this
you are
legend.
in the legend.
Okay.
Legend, because when you take this terminology of legend, it's basically like a core field. So whatever core field you want to use it as a reference
Okay.
to do some insights, that you bring it into a legend.
Okay. Discount. Okay.
Yes, discount. Next, you want to add values. So value is in reference to what? In reference to what? Obviously, if you have to show the discount, it should be in refer to a product name. So every product, how much of a discount it's being included. So you
Ma'am,
add the product name.
excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, both pie chart and donut chart are same. Are there any difference among them?
Yes. So if you see, this is the pie chart. This is in shape of a donut, right?
Yeah, ma'am. Is there are those similar, ma'am, or is there any differences among them, or we can prefer donut chart?
Actually, there is a minor difference. Let me show you. This is how pie chart looks like. It shows the ratio. In pie chart, it shows the ratio, right? It shows how much percentage based upon the products. But it's more or less similar. It's just the appearance or the layout looks different.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So you can see based on the color, you can identify what particular product has been got out to that respective discount. How much discount every product is being added. So only these elements have discount. This blue region doesn't have any discount because it is 0.00. Okay?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah,
Okay, ma'am.
please.
Okay.
Yes.
Now it is okay.
Yes. Now let's go with different set of options. So here what we had opted with, here we had opted with a stacked column chart. You can again apply out with different set of information like clustered column chart. Let me select this option. Yes, the same thing. Let us go with different information. Let us choose segment. So segment goes into x-axis and sales goes into y-axis. So this is the segment. So what is the segment? Three segments you have: consumer based products, corporate based products, and home office based products. So these are the segments that it involves. And it also shares the sum of sales because we had given a sales option for every segment based information. You can see it, right? If you just take the cursor, you can generally find the information. And here, if you see there is a kind of a dip, there is a kind of a set of information. So what you do, you can generally give a different set of additional changes to it. This is basically options where you derive the analytical expression to the existing particular charts that you bring in. So these particular options, I'll show it out in tomorrow's session where I'll be explaining it briefer. But
Okay.
here, right now, we'll focus only on the basics for today.
Segment. How this segment come? The three segments we uploaded here.
Yes, actually, you had selected the option here. So the option I went with is the clustered column chart. I
Okay.
selected here. Then in x-axis, I pushed the segment. In y-axis, I pushed sum of sales.
Okay. In the segment, from where we push this consumer and corporate and head of home office.
That is being inbuilt. So that
Okay.
particular.
It is okay. Itself in this segment. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Can we see where it is? The segments are visible. How many
Yes,
segments are there?
yes,
Where it is visible?
you can see it in the data. Let me show you.
Okay. Where it is? We must correlate now what we are
Yeah.
doing. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. So sure. If you see here, you can
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
the
Segment.
segment category.
Okay. 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 Got it. Got it.
So if you select the table view, you can see the complete data set.
Yeah. Got it. Got it. Table view in the above. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so this is the report view because we are creating the dashboards. We are in a report view right now.
And table view is above view.
This one
Okay.
table.
Okay. Got it. Got it. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Please. Please.
So let us. Okay, this is the third page. In third page, we had done this visualization. Let us make sure it's being fresh. Okay. Yes. So next thing, what we could do, what are the things that we could calculate here? First, we have to understand the problem statement. What is the particular future objective that you're working upon? Based on that, you have to add the use cases for the problem statement. And as per the use cases, you have to apply the visualizations. So in this particular page, what we had done, we have compared the product name with profit. We have compared order ID with quantity. We had applied the sales with respect to segment and also product name by discount. So what are the options that we are left with? Okay, so let's see on to the respective information. We have the ship mode. and you also have the product. Let us go with that. So let us go with a different option here. Mm, okay, let us go with the waterfall chart. So have you seen this waterfall chart earlier?
No, ma'am. Please also
No, ma'am.
briefly explain okay, what is this exactly visualizing so that we can correlate with the data also.
Yeah, sure, sure, definitely. I'll explain once. I'll add the data, then I'll tell you how it is being related to the respective
Yeah.
information that we had
We,
created.
we, we, we are not from the sales background, so we have to understand it also.
Yes, yes, definitely. I'll explain it everything, every single
Yeah,
detail.
please, please,
Yeah.
please.
So here, this is a what? Actually, these are all different set of visualizations that we use to represent, relate, and derive the insights. So whatever option we choose, based on that, you can generally give the x and y axis. Because it also has the flexibility to give the suggestion uh, based upon the particular choice of the x and y axis. It will tell which is the best one to suggest or which is the best one to go with, because the Power BI has enabled the AI feature inbuilt. Okay, so let me show you with the waterfall chart. So here in the waterfall thing, let us take the ship mode and also the product name. So first I'll be using the product name. Let me select. Okay, because it is a waterfall chart, you have to give what are the things that you have to involve it. So first it belongs to the category. In category we had pushed the product chart. Next comes the ship mode. So ship mode could be anything. So we have given with the ship mode. Now if you see, we have not got any relation with respect to product name and ship mode. So you have to choose based upon the relation. So if you have understood right now, these are not interrelated to each other. That means you have to go with a different option. So let us go with the same. Let us use.
It means visuals will actually show okay, whether it is permissible or not, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
because it has, as I mentioned, it has an inbuilt AI feature where it will suggest whether this is going to be a right choice for this selection of the x and y axis that you have chosen.
Okay, okay.
Yes. So if you see, this is the kind of an option where it is not interrelated on a data set. So if
Okay.
calculation, it's empty. It's not going to be derive any intervention, any kind of comparison between both the categorical rows. So what we do, we generally shift the information. So we can obviously replace it whenever you want it. So let us take the.
Is there text is also available? Ki which visual will the text about that? Ki what is this exactly? Some
Yeah,
help is also there so to see.
yes, yes, it is there. You have an
Okay.
option for that. I'll be showing that again tomorrow only, because that
Okay,
is,
okay, fine.
that
Okay,
is an
fine. Okay.
advanced level. So we
Yeah,
are
yeah, okay,
focused
okay.
on the scratch and also on the basics for today, so that we build strong foundations on it. Okay.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yes. So first thing what we do is we'll be taking the. Okay. Let us take the customer ID. Okay. Order date. Okay. Let us take the customer ID. Let us take the, remove the previous information. The order date. Yes. Now here, let us also give the y-axis, because with two elements you are not getting any result for the waterfall, because this is not the right choice that we make for this particular set of the options that we had chosen from the data set. So let us add the other field, profit. You got it. Because for certain use cases, for certain set of comparisons, if there is no interrelation at the backend from the data set, then you again have to add an extra element. The reason why, if you see here, you get these three options. You have a category, you have a breakdown, you have a y-axis. Because it understood that when you had selected the waterfall chart, just with two comparisons, you won't be getting the chart. You won't be getting any analysis out of it. That's the reason they have included the additional information y-axis. So based on the option you choose, you'll be getting to know what are the requirements you need to have, whether you have to input two fields or whether you have to input three fields. Based on that, it will show that respective choices to you.
So waterfall, what we infer from the waterfall exactly?
Okay, so coming to waterfall chart, what it means, It's showing a comparison, like it's showing like when it is being increasing the profit, when it is being
Zoom,
decreasing the
zoom,
profit.
zoom in, ma'am.
Yeah, zoom in. Okay,
Not
let
visible.
me open it. Let me make it big.
Yeah. Please.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Could you see it? It's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
company data. Okay, so if you see,
Yeah.
it will show the difference, like you can, it's like a waterfall. You come from down, you go down, you lift up, whatever it is, it just goes in a kind of a curvy format based upon the increase and decrease of the profits. So if you see here, this green color is increase, that's only once it is being occurred. The decrease where it all occurred, it occurred here, it also occurred here. Next, the total set of information, the customer ID, the sum of profit that generates from that respective customer. That's the information. And this other is basically the other set of information where it includes the different set of sum profits, different set of the customer ID, the order date, everything comes in others. If you see, it gives all the sum of profits and every single detail. So if you keep the cursor, you'll be getting to see other section. You'll be having sum of profit for this particular two customer IDs, sum of profit change that being derived from two respective orders, two respective customers that we had chosen. So based on that, you generally get to see these are all the ID numbers. So based, if you see this one is AA10315, AA10375. These are
ID number of the customer.
customer, yes.
Okay.
And it are also given the dates in what whenever the dates they had ordered a particular product.
And other means?
Other means it could be anything. Other means all the products that they had ordered.
Okay, other products.
Yes.
And yeah, this is date wise.
Yeah, date wise.
I can.
Ma,
Yeah.
could you please explain this graph again? I couldn't understand.
Okay, I'll explain you once again. Okay, so now it is clear, right? It is
Yeah, from the table, ma'am. In the table also, where this
yeah.
ID is there.
Sure. So I'll be telling you first in the kind of three options that we had chosen: customer ID, order date, and sum of profit. So these are three categories that we chose. So let's go to table view. So this is the customer ID. Okay. Next, where is the order ID? Yes, this is the order ID. Next comes sales. So these are all the sales that we have used, and these are all the products. So products we haven't included here, but the remaining product that's not a part of the sales, that also includes in the others. So because those are not considered, it comes in the others category. For that, you don't have a separate category here in the dataset because it's not being involved from the choices that we made for the legend or for the x-axis or y-axis. Based on that, this input information has been covered. So here we had only taken three inputs. So if you see here, the region, country is all US, it's all the same city, same state, same pin code, same region. The customer names are different. You have three segments here. These are all the customer IDs. These are ship mode, like first class, standard class, second class, based upon the class. The choice like a kind of premium or kind of subscription based model. Next is the ship date whenever the product has been shipped, the order date when it is ordered, the order ID, the row ID. So row ID is basically like a unique identification number based upon the order. Next, if you see here, you can see these are all the product IDs. These are all the office supplies. You have different set of products like furniture, you have technology, you have office supplies, you have I guess you have only three set of categories here. Next, we have the subcategory, what particular category it belongs to. So, like one is storage, other is art, then paper, fasteners, so appliances. So, what basically on the subcategory it belongs to. Next comes the product names. So, whatever the product it is being shown here. Following to the sales. So, these are all the how much amounts of sales that's being occurred in format of the pricing that's being given here. the quantity, how many quantities have been ordered, the discount that's been applied, and the profit that's been generated for that respective product. So now if you see in the dashboards, you can find here as per our option right now, we have selected a waterfall chart. Someone is giving a message. Let me see who is it. Okay.
Hello, ma'am. It's RJK this side. I had
Yeah,
a
yeah,
question.
yeah.
Yes, ma'am. In the data table view, ma'am, that is showing on Power BI, is it
Hmm.
possible to apply filters there?
Yes, you can apply filters. You have different set of filters that you can apply it. I'll show it because it's an advanced version. I'm not telling you right now. Let's focus on basics. But definitely, I'll show every single option that's part of Power BI. I'll cover it all. Okay. And the other question from Atif, you mentioned like can we compare product and discount? So definitely, it's already been compared. The previous dashboard that we had created, it was product versus discount that we had done. So definitely, it is definitely possible based upon the relation that you could build it out. So just looking into that, you can understand how you can relate because there should be some sort of a unique ID, some sort of a unique name. For that, you can add the relevant input field to it, and that's when you bring that kind of a relational factor to it. So if there's no relation in between, like if you add the one particular option, if you add sales in x-axis, and other option you add y-axis, you add discount. So it won't add any value because it is not related to any product. Okay. Uh, yes, definitely everything could be worked out based upon the use case. So only thing is you have to decide what use case that you should go with. Okay, so how to understand which data to go with a legend or which data to go with a donut? Okay, so how do we understand is basically like the main feature. The core feature is going to be going into the legend. The sub feature to understand the comparison with respect to that feature will go into the y axis. So that's how you have to choose x and y axis because it should have some reference. That's when you bring a relation out of it. So if you see here in this particular use case, we had given customer ID, we had given order date. Both are the identification number, both are unique numbers. It is not having any relevance to some sort of an input information. That's the reason we didn't get the graph here. So, but when you added profit, because it is an extra additional information that refers to our order date or a customer ID. So we got a graph here.
The relation must exist
Yes.
between the data. That's why, of course, the graph will always be available with X data and Y data is available, right?
Yes. So it's like the legend, the category, the breakdown, the x-axis. These are all like nouns. Okay. The y-axis is always a pronoun. So it is in relation to the noun.
Ma'am, are they or corollary to the legends we use in Excel?
Actually, it is not that relevant to the topic that we use it in Excel, but it is more or less the similar fact. But at the same time, here the legend generally means that you're trying to give that importance, give that standard point that this is what that you have assured yourself that this is the field you have to take it as a standpoint in reference to whatever input field that you select it later. So it's just a
In-
giving the like an assurance.
Input fields are always
That's
required
what
to be fed.
that's what the Excel function have nine options, ma'am. When we choose for more options in Excel, when we manipulate the chart area in
Yeah.
Excel.
Yeah, okay.
So there we have such options, na? For x-axis, y-axis to remove
Yes, yes,
the major axis, minor
yes,
axis.
yes.
In that sense, I was saying, like, is it corollary to those Excel charts?
No, not at all. Actually, that's much or more the different factors that goes into it
Yes.
because this applies only in the visualization. In the Excel format, we generally go with a numerical calculation. That's where we apply it out to the X charts or Y charts over there as per the respected choice of the categorical columns that we choose it over there. But here it is only in reference to the relation that you derive. Only the relation plays a major role here.
Y-axis always needs a dependent. It is dependent variables, right? And
Yes.
X-axis should have the dependence so
Yes.
that it correlates. Always it is true, na?
Yeah, definitely, always, because
Okay.
y-axis should always be dependent on the x-axis or a legend or a breakdown, whatever you feed it, because that is how the
Okay.
relation builds.
Okay.
Also,
Yes.
ma'am, we cannot change the like axis or the legends on the axis. We cannot change it in
You
Power
can
BI.
change it. You can change it. So once you had kind of used this customer ID, if you want to replace with a new data set or new particular category, you can
No,
just
ma'am,
put
I'm not
the information.
not the other data set. Like I'm talking about changing the axis, like x to y and y to x axis.
Yeah, x to y. You can do it. You can just kind of close this, and you can again pull it out the x information into y and y information into x.
Okay, ma'am. Got it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
Yes. So let me also show you other different set of examples. So if you see here, you get to see different set of information here. Like you have a focus mode, it generally gives the focus here based upon what you had chosen. So you have an export data as well, because if you want only this single data dashboard, then you can export this data and you can download it. So if you want a particular option, let
And
me.
how to save this? Download only, right now?
Yeah, I'll tell you about that. I'll also show you
Okay.
how
Okay.
to
Okay.
do it.
Fine. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you see, this is how you generally apply it. So you have kind of filter and slicer affecting this visual. So it's we have already applied the filter and slicer because that's how we choose the x-axis and y-axis here. So based on that, we get it. So let us take another set of an example. Let us make it this particular dashboard smaller and go with another example. Then I'll explore it out with the formatting options for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, so you have different set of options. Let me go with the basic options first. Let us not go overboard. Um, okay. Yes, scatter chart. Sorry, I have to keep my cursor outside. Scatter chart. Okay. So for the scatter chart, it's basically like the bringing the variation. It's more like you give the x coordinate and y coordinate. It's been located there, but it's not much more closely interrelated for all the products. Then based on that, the scatter effect brings in, it is being dispersed as per the respective category. Like if you have the segments, like you have three segments, so what it is like, you as per the three segments, it generally builds the separate category based upon the kind of segments that you choose it. For example, let us give the segment, then you apply the discount. Okay. Now if you see with the segment and discount, it's not adding any value. So let us add some more information because it needs a unique information. So what is the unique information? Let us give the customer ID. Sorry.
Man, when we
Yeah.
drag this segment to this, it
Hmm.
means the data from our table is coming to the visuals. Is it so?
Yes, that's true. Definitely.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So let us give the customer ID or other. Okay, let us go with product name itself. Let us add it here below in the segment. So if you
Okay.
see,
When you drag two, then it goes to inside that.
yeah, inside that. But whatever you want to remove it, you can remove it by the cross button.
No, no, it goes to parallel or it goes to in the tree. How it is going to the values. It,
So if
you
you if you kind of select this information and if you drag
yeah,
it here,
yeah,
it will
yeah.
add it here. At the same time, it will add the information here also internally.
Okay, 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 okay,
So that this happens by default. Once you add it here, everything is been stored here.
okay.
Yes. So let we have given the product name, we have given a discount, we have also given the segment. Um, let's go with the yes. For this particular, because it is scatter plot, we can't use y-axis. That's the reason we are going with this particular legend in place of y-axis. So here, if you see, let us now make it big. I'll show you how it looks like.
Madam, can we not pick all these charts in Excel itself? Like, I mean, I don't know.
You can also do it in Excel, but this has a much more dynamicity and
Yeah,
interactivity.
that's
There
this
is
is
a,
more advanced, more advanced. This is
yes,
more advanced.
because it has nearly more than
The
200.
pivots are there, no? The pivot we can do Excel
Yeah, you can
pivots.
do it because that is a static version, right? This is
Yeah.
a dynamic version because here you can change the dynamicity. You can see the dynamicity from a period to period or time to time. Like if you have to check the kind of interactivity, if you have to check the variation of the sales or variation of the profits that you receive for 5 years or 10 years, you can
Oh.
bring that interactivity here because that is a static scope. This is a dynamic scope.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay.
That is just for your reference, for your understanding or analysis. You can do it on Excel, but to showcase it out to the customers or to
Yeah,
the
yeah. The better
client,
looks, no? Yeah.
yeah, stakeholders or the people who are within the organization with a high end core members, definitely this is what a
Yeah, yeah.
professional impact brings.
Yeah.
Yes.
Otherwise, we'll have to use that matplotlib or something, no? Yeah.
Yeah, that matplotlib is basically like time being, right? If you a particular person is into the role of a data scientist or a data engineer, they do it using a Seaborn library or a matplotlib.
Seaborn, yeah, or matplotlib, yeah.
Yes,
That's
they
right.
do it over there. But even though it is being showcased there, still a particular client or particular person as a professional manner, they expect a dashboard. That is a
Ah,
visual way to present it.
thank
Okay.
you.
So if you see here, let us expand
But
it.
the response speed is pretty fast. I mean, I feel it.
Yeah, it is very fast in Power BI because it's much more easier, right? It has everything inbuilt feature.
Yeah,
It has
exactly.
a AI enabled. You can just drag it out. You can use it. You can collect the information, and it
Yeah,
also
yeah.
has the flexibility because from last 2 years they have inbuilt a lot of AI features into it.
Yeah, yeah. There is Copilot. Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Yeah, this co-pilot is there, but additionally, earlier what it is like you have to do your own thinking, own intuition to generate a work or any dashboards. But right now, what it is like, it will suggest you based upon the choices of x-axis or y-axis or legend or breakdown, whatever you choose it, based on the options that you choose from the dataset, it will suggest which is going to be the right fit visualization option that you have to choose it from here so that it gives the best derived insights.
Acha. Okay.
Yes, so that is the main advantage over here. So if you see, this is the scatter plot. You can see different set of options. You have different colors. For home office, it is orange. Corporate, it is dark blue. Consumer, it is light blue. This a particular set of the colors are given by default. So these are default colors. But if you want to change colors to something much more different as per your convenience, you can also change that. I'll be showing that particular options in formatting tool where we could do the different sort of formatting. You can also change the font type. You can change the colors. You can change the
Yeah, that will do later on, sir. We will let us do the actual things for that.
yes, yes. That's what.
Yeah.
That's what. Because that's where we'll be going it next after the
Yeah, yeah.
derivation.
Aesthetic we will discuss later on, but that is the basic core thing. Let us discuss first.
Yes, yes, definitely. So this is how it generally looks like. Or if you have to bring the product name and segment with respect to discount. Okay. Yes. So next comes is the let's see out to the options here. So if you see, you have different set. You have a gauge option like giving the kind of a timer, giving the kind of a buffer limit. That's when we use the gauge option. So in this particular use case, gauge option doesn't work because this is just a e-commerce based data. We have a card as
What is that, man? Just brief. What is that actually,
okay. So this
Gauge?
is how it looks.
No, it looks. But what is this exactly? Looking. What did they give the inference?
Okay. So this gauge is basically like you might have seen like especially in yeah okay, you are driving your car, you have your car or vehicle whatever it is. Before to that you can see the speed, you can see the speed, how much speed are you traveling with. Similarly here also you have this option called gauge. So basically it's same as visual. Yeah.
Can you show me new page?
Sorry?
Gauge option in new case. How to filter.
Yeah, sure, sure. Okay, so this is the God option. So this is also kind of
Yeah,
Please,
ma'am.
please mute,
Add you
please
press
mute,
in.
please mute. Yeah.
yeah. So this particular God option is not applicable for this superstore, but since you asked it, I'll show it. Okay. So let us give the same product name.
What data is required so that we can visualize in the gauge option?
So,
That's my question.
so this is what the information. First thing is, gauge is what? It is basically like a buffer limit. You need to have a particular entity input data. Then you need to have a minimum element, minimum value for the element, maximum value for the element. For example, okay, you have mentioned that you wanted to see a relation of a product, and you also have to check it based upon the category, like how much profit is being generated. So coming to profit, you can set a bar. You can say if it is the profits is below 50K, it comes in a one particular maximum limit. If it is in a, like below 50K, comes in a minimum limit. So based on that, you can give that option. It's just to show the limit, like a air quality index. You have a buffer limit, right? So you have the lowest air quality or the medium air quality or higher air quality based upon the air quality index that it relates to. Similarly, that's the same effect that goes into a gauge format as well. So here, if you say you
Mhm.
have a value, you have a minimum value, you also have a maximum value, and you also have a target value. So what should be the target? For example, you are checking your weight. You know what is the normal weight. It could be underweight, it could be overweight. So based upon the value that you provided, if you have taken the weight information for every single individual, to show how many people are underweight, how many people are overweight, how many people
Okay,
are normal stage.
got it, got it.
Okay?
Gauge.
Yeah.
It
So
is
that is the,
filtering,
yeah.
filtering of certain criteria of minimum and maximum. Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Cool. Yes. So the next thing we generally get to see is this option. So first we will go with the card option. So if you see, this is the card option. It looks like a card. If you see, so here in this card option, you can generally again drop the fields, drop the information, and you get it in format of a card. So for example, let's again give the sales and quantity. Okay, let us give the product name. So if you see the product name, that whatever the product name that's being added first, you get it. But if you again go with a different set of option, like if you go with a sales, see, this is the product name, the first product that you can find in a data set. This is the product name and the sales of it. So it's basically like giving a complete summary information. So where you have to place a summary, you generally use that. So if you see in the category,
Excuse me, ma'am.
yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, in relation to this data set, can we use the gauge chart, a gauge chart, to represent the sales as per in relation or like with respect to any product?
Okay, coming to the gauge, you can kind of add a limit to it because the sales thing and also the other things, you can definitely add a buffer limit. You can set the value, like if it is below this certain sort of value of sales, it goes into a lower limit. If it is kind of a sales that exceeding certain value, it's on a higher limit. So you can apply that specific instance for both the profit and also the sales. For this two particular set of input data, you can use the gauge.
Right, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes. Because that gives the generic information of how it is being distributed. So if you see, we have taken a first product name. We have also mentioned the sales that's being generated for that respective product name. For example, if I remove the sales and in this category, if I had added the segments. So if you see, it generally gives the sales information for every single segment. If you kind of extend it, you get the information clear cut. So this you are creating a card. whatever you want to showcase it out, text information, for whatever the analysis, the insights that you had derived, you want to showcase it in a card, you can showcase that. Okay. Next, show me the slicer. Yes. Okay. Again, the same issue. Yes, slicer. So this is the slicer. So how do we do it here in slicer? First, let me explain what is a slicer. So slicer is basically like you only take the information whatever is required. You don't want all the information. You only need the informative information that is basically needs to be considered for the kind of analysis, for the kind of problem statement you're working upon. So you don't have to collect all the data. So let's take the information, the main set of information. Let's take the same set of information, the segment and sales. Okay, so first go with the segment. This is the few set of declarations because you only have three set of entities here. But if you go with sales, it shows all the kind of sales here. But here in the same relevancy, if we are selecting something from here, for example, I choose yes. So if I choose the information here, what I had selected here, I selected something on a random node, so some kind of product that I had selected. It mentioned out to the respective customer ID. Earlier, someone asked a question how it is interrelated. So if we have kind of generated for the same amount of data sets, so for same set of data sets, you can generally take the details directly in intervention. Let me show it out here brief because here we had done a lot of analysis and visualization. So I'll show it here. For example, let us select one particular intervention like 3D systems tube printer, second generation magenta. So I have selected this. So when I select this, only the information as per this selection will be showcased out in every single visualization. So if you see here, the quantity
Okay.
order ID is this. Okay.
Okay. All the visuals will be
Yes.
selected.
Correct.
Okay.
Based upon that option that you had selected. Everything only that relates to that option will be shown here.
But in only this graph, product name, this bar graph, bar
Yeah.
chart we are, or others. Suppose in others we are selecting some one product, then still it will do like that.
Yes. So let me select corporate here. So you show
Yeah.
see. So everything that
Okay.
relates to
Okay.
corporate shows here.
Okay. Okay.
It's all interlinked at the back end because you're working in a similar project, a single project, and it all relates to a simple single data set.
Hmm.
Okay, so that
Correct.
way you can generally see the analysis derived as well. So that's the
Very
reason
good.
why
Very,
Power
very
BI
good.
has this interactivity.
Very good one. Very interactive.
Yes,
Excel cannot do like this. No,
so I
not possible.
cannot do it because that is a
Hmm.
static question.
Yeah.
So most of the people, what they do, if it is having a long data set,
Yeah.
for automation, the process of with respect to numerical calculations, they use advanced Excel. But when it comes to visualization, they come into Power BI.
Excel, we generate the data after doing the formulas. It
Yes,
is generating itself. It has generated all the formulas at a time. Okay. Just
yes,
we have to visualize, right? Am I
yes,
right?
right.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hmm.
yes. So,
Ma'am, I have a query regarding this.
yeah, sure. Ask
Ma'am,
me.
is this also interactive outside the Power BI setup?
Outside the
This interactivity,
yeah.
then this dynamism of charts, is it also available or also possible outside the Power BI setup? Like I can send a Excel dashboard that is interactive, and somebody else can access it, and it will be dynamic there.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
I send this here, so will this be dynamic there too?
Okay, there is a two use cases here. If it is a Power BI desktop, so this right now the version I'm using is Power BI desktop, which is a free version.
Right.
So
Right.
for this, I cannot kind of make it interactive to share it to other people. But
Okay.
definitely, I can show the information as a dashboard. But if you're presenting your own respective system, it is going to be interactive. But if you have an access to Power BI Pro or Power BI Premium, that means you have an inbuilt access to Azure cloud data. In that case, you can generally bring the same dynamicity for other people also to whom you had shared it with the access link, because you have a share option, you have a publish option, which you can connect to the cloud data.
Right now. So through the cloud, dynamism happens in Power BI.
Yeah, that way you can generally keep the intact of the dynamicity throughout the respective communication.
And this Power
Right,
BI
ma'am.
is free, na,
And
for
ma'am,
one for
this
single.
and ma'am, this and
So
this access, is there any level of access, or the access is like editor access to all to whom we share?
this is going to be giving only a view access. If you are
Okay.
sharing it through an email address, you can give a view access. Else, you can save it out on your field. If you are opening it out, like if you have a Power BI desktop installed in your
See, for
laptop.
desktop, ma'am, okay, view access. If I'm sharing it on over the cloud, then can I give some, like I have a team. I'm sitting here. I'm my
Yeah,
person. My
definitely.
team is sitting.
Yeah,
Can I give
because
them editor access?
what's the advantage when it comes to cloud, like when you publish it to cloud, when you have an access to cloud, so everyone can do the particular project parallelly, simultaneously, like a group project, you can do it together because it is being accessed through cloud, and it won't change the dynamicity wherever the person is using from that respective cloud or from that respective access link.
Great, ma'am. Got it. Thank you.
Yes. But here, since it is a Power BI desktop, we can generally use it from our instance, our side, and you can generally showcase it out on a publishable note only from our side.
So it can be
This
used for like creating PDFs and charts of PDFs and
Yeah, charts or PDF. But if you want to show the dynamic interaction, then you have to open through Power BI desktop. This generally gives the complete insights of how it is being transformed with a different selection of the option that you go with.
got it, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes.
And what we downloaded, it is free, na. Power BI. This one is desktop is free, na.
Yeah, this is free actually.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yes. So you
Okay.
have this option like share. So in this share option, if you click on share, you get a mail address. So if you give a mail address, a person can look into your dashboard on a visual note in a static mode. It's not going to be dynamic, but you can give the
Okay.
mail address access.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to download, you have to click save. You'll be getting an extension of PBIX for Power BI dashboard, and you'll be having that file saved in your desktop. You can also import it. You can also export it. So
What is
export
the extension? What is the extension? Power PBI?
PBIX.
PBIX. Okay.
Yeah. And export is basically used to export the information. If you want to export this particular file, and from this file, if you want to export the contents to someone, like of in certain use cases, what happens is you don't need all the dashboards. You only need one set of the dashboard that's part of the complete project. Then you can export only that respective project or that
Okay.
respective dashboard.
Good one. Very nice. I think
Yes,
Power BI is very nice.
it is very much useful, very nice, and very straightforward. Yes.
This is the best used till now, or more than this advance is also available in the market
This
because
is
we
the
are not knowing.
this is the best use. Crossing this particular feasibility and this efficiency, you don't have any other product that exists right now as a tool.
Good. Okay. Thank you.
Yes. So this is with respect to the graphs and charts. So you can also apply the formatting options here. So if you click on this particular option, so this is a visual, this is a formatting. This is basically like edit option that you can find it here. So when you click on that, you can give out to different set of the options, whatever you want to format it. First, you have to select that wherever you want to apply. For example, if I selected this, so you can find different set of information, whatever that you want to add it. So if you want to remove the data labels, you can remove it. So right now we are in off. That's the reason it hasn't given any interactivity here. So first thing is you can change the X values. For X value, what is the font you want to apply? What is the color you want to change? You can do that. So right now it's going to be having this kind of a color. Let's go with the orange color. You can generally give the height as well, how much ever height you want. Because we are fitting out the four graphs in a single page, let's go with the same height. And the same thing, the x-axis done, the y-axis. You can also apply the title, you can also apply the values. So right now it's all on. If you off it, you will be getting to remove the title. So right now the title is like product name. If you off, you generally don't get to see the product name.
Mhm.
If you off it, you can't see the other titles as well. The value titles also.
Everything is ready mode. Just use it.
Yeah, just you have to select that option. You have a layout as well. Like what is the pixel that you need to bring for this particular bandwidth. So you can also use that respective pixel. Similarly, you can apply it for the y-axis as well, whatever you want to apply. You also have these grid lines. So in grid lines, you can also apply the changes. So grid lines is basically like for the specific set of information. It's not for the complete data. Like if you see the complete data has blue color, the complete data has the same set of information. You can generally change the information as well. You can generally give the formatting, like whether it's a horizontal or whether it's a vertical, based upon what you wanted to apply it. You have a zoom slider as well. If you want to kind of zoom it, you can generally zoom it. Right now we have kept the option off. You have ribbons. You can right now I have kept everything off because I'm not using it. If I on it, you can see out to all the color transparency. So like you can match the series color. So right now I kept the match series color off. I'm giving a kind of a new color. You see, this is the new color applied. Violet in between to match the series. Earlier it was blue. That's the reason it showed it out as a continuous entity. Now we can see out as an independent block. So the next thing you could do is like you can apply it to columns as well. Even in the columns, let's give the same thing. It's been applied. The color is being changed to whatever color you need. The border, you can also give the border as well. Right now I kept the border off. If you want the border to be highlighted, you can also highlight the border. Next comes the data label. So right now the data label is off. If you on the data label, you can generally see these are all the information like orientation, like whether you want a horizontal format, whether you want a vertical format of how you want to look like. This is a horizontal format, so this is how it generally applies. So if you are giving vertical format, it shows like this extended, because it's not going to be in a horizontal mode. Something like you see it out in a desktop version, like the portrait mode or the landscape mode.
Yeah,
Similarly,
yeah.
yeah, the same thing here, the orientation. The value right now it is off, so you can, sorry, on it, you can generally off it as well if at all you want. So first you have to select that respective graph where you want to apply the changes, and then you can give that. So if you want, you can also give the background color to it as well. So let me give like a background color. Mm,
Hello.
yeah, hello.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Ma'am, actually, I wanted to ask you what would be covered in the next class? What are the contents for next class?
Okay, in the next session, we'll be going with the AI based features that's inbuilt in Power BI, the kind of transparency of how you can inbuild the application directly, and also how you derive the expressions using the respective set of values. These are all the things that goes into a next session, because those are all the advanced set of features that I'll be explaining it out.
So, DAX would not be covered in this seminar.
DAX is what is the derivative analytics expressions.
Yeah.
Yes, that will be covered. That's what I said, no? The expressions, the analysis, whatever that we cover it, which is on a AI-based future. That's what generally comes under DAX. It's all about adding the respective filters on a deeper mode. That is what DAX represents, which will be
Okay.
covered.
Another
And
another.
one
Yeah.
more thing I wanted to ask.
Yes.
Actually, I came across a dashboard in which it was basically a matrix, a table format dashboard. Like
Okay.
so, there were so category. It was divided into multiple categories. So columns were categories,
Okay.
and rows were also categories.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, rows were KPIs, basically. So all rows
Yes,
were different KPIs,
yes,
and
yes,
columns were categories.
yes.
So
You
how
have
is
the
that possible? I was not able to understand how is that, because in the available pane, the tool pane of Power BI, there is no functionality like that as far as I can see. I
have this one.
looked up for it. I found that something called matrix creation is possible, but I was not able to understand it because it required some other plugin also.
Yes. No, no, not at all require. You have this option of KPI, the key performance indicators. You can use that to derive that analysis. And you also have the tree map, you have map.
How how can you please show how KPIs can be
That,
like
that is
how?
that is being shown tomorrow because let's not.
But and one more thing I wanted to ask you. See, if even if we use KPI tool, so what
Uh,
will happen is we at one time we will be able to display only one KPI
yes,
at a time, like one calculation in one row at a
yes,
time. But
yes.
what if I wanted to show different calculations at the same time in
Okay.
a single table?
Hmm. So what in that case, what you have to do is you have to first create a different KPIs. Then you have to interlink it at backend. So when you select the option of that respective KPI indicator, it will automatically give that relation that's being interlinked with different KPIs at backend. Similarly, like how we had applied here, for example, if I select the segment here, only the segment
Mm-hmm.
based information shows here. Similarly, that applies to the KPI as well. So if you select that respective option, only that specific option will be highlighted in every KPIs.
No. I'm not saying highlighting of every KPI. I'm saying suppose there is a table like in Excel. Suppose in Excel, there is a table where we are trying to show that what are the how many items were sold based on different regions, and
Yes.
then in the same table, if I wanted to show what is the total amount they were that was sold, and in the same table I wanted to show in a different row, in the next row, that what is the average of that those orders, or say what is the maximum order amount. So similarly, different calculations in the same table.
Okay, in the same table. So in the same table, if you want to show it, you can either show it through card or you can either show it through legend. Okay.
Only cards and legend. No,
Yeah.
but actually I saw Power BI dashboard that was fully functional, that had these functionalities in it. So that's what was bothering me. I mean, I searched for it. I came across something called matrix creation. So matrix
Yeah,
creation
you have
requires
this
some.
option here also, matrix.
No, it is not that matrix. That matrix is something different. It creates tables. First of all, it creates table, and then we can publish it on the dashboard. I
Yeah,
mean, calculated tables.
yeah, that can also be done, but for that you need a inbuilt kind of a future. For that you don't get the future directly from Power BI. You have to add an API. You also have to add a plugin for that. That's when you'll be getting that kind of a dynamicity of using multiple key performance indicators at the same time. It has an
Okay.
additional plugin for it, and that you generally get this particular feature directly if you are using a Microsoft Premium or Microsoft Pro. But here in this desktop, you won't get the option directly. You have to interrelate, you have to correlate to build the dynamicity.
Uh-huh. Okay. But still, can you like find and explain it
Yeah, sure.
tomorrow? I would
Definitely.
be very interested.
Yeah, I'll be showing it tomorrow. Don't worry. Yes.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Sure.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, DAX will also need something to be downloaded and installed, or this Power BI will be sufficient for that?
Power BI will be sufficient for it.
Okay, nothing required because download takes time. No? They will.
No,
Okay,
not at all required.
tomorrow will do. Okay.
Yes, we'll do that tomorrow. Because that's an advanced version. I don't want to explain it today and confuse you because it will
Mhm.
get much more overwhelmed for you to do it everything in a single instance.
Yeah, that's fine, ma'am. Tomorrow.
Yes. Yes. So these are all the options that you can see. These are the visual options. Here in the formatting visual, you also have a general options as well. You can apply for the tools, tool tips, header icons, the data format, the effects. We can apply the background information, image or background kind of color, You can give the shadow effect to it as well. So if you give this shadow effect, it will bring the shadow.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, so it also has a visual border. So everything that goes into it, it is being added. You can just have to apply the changes. You just have to input the effects. You can give the percentage if you are based upon the transparency you need. Also for this title, you can also give like sum of profit by, right now this is the title, like sum of the profit by product name. You can replace the title here if you want to give a new title, because this is a default title created. So based on whatever you wanted to add it, you can do it. So you can also off the text wrap, that will also wrap the text. You can include the subtitle as well. You can include the divider between it. You can include the spacing. So everything that comes here goes into it. The tooltips, the header icons, or header, whatever you want to add it, the changes that you can make it, you can add it here. So it's all different based upon whatever options that you want to choose it. The properties you have different things, the size, position, padding. You can also include the padding format here. Advanced options are here. Based upon how you want to format it, you can bring the changes here. You can change. You don't have to keep the default colors, because by default color it's always going to be blue color. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. I hope I'll be getting to connect with you people tomorrow. So we'll be exploring it out much more in depth. Tomorrow I'm going to be covering a lot more topics, the complete end-to-end transformation of the data set from the scratch. But before to that, I'll be giving you one single simple task for you. So you can do that particular assignment before you come to tomorrow's session.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
hello.
Yes.
Ma'am, can we see interactives and dashboard tomorrow, ma'am?
Yeah, you can see it. You can definitely see it. I'll bring it out. That's the reason I just want like whatever that we had learned till now. You just try to incorporate it. You just try to use a data set and work on that. That will give up the particular perfect hands-on experience for you. So tomorrow we'll get into that. We'll be going with an advanced features, advanced options that exist in Power BI. So you can bring out to working on a complete scratch based particular data set, completely end to end, creating a perfect visualization dashboard out of it. So that would be a kind of better, best way to end the workshop. At the same time, I'll also show you a one real time example where you can see the complete dynamicity of a project for one particular use case solution.
The same data set we will practice the what you have said today.
No, not the same data set. It's going to be another data set. Right now, the kind of a task I'll be giving you, it's also a kind of another data set, so that you don't have to go with the same kind of a data set that we already explored today. Let's go with a newer version and see how to be kind of ideas that you people come out with. Let me share that to you.
Data set you are sharing.
Yeah, I'm sharing the data set.
And the video, when this video will be available, because I have to go through the video again so that we can
Yeah,
do it.
sure. You can ask Sartak about it. Sartak will be answering it.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Yes.
Please
So,
share the data set.
yes, so I'll be sharing you the dataset link. So it's again a kind of a Kaggle dataset, but this particular dataset is relevant to the students' data, the students' performance in exams. So that is the dataset. I'll be sharing it. So I have included here in the chat box. Is it visible?
Yeah, visible.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, it's
Ma'am,
visible.
can we get the recorded link of this workshop?
Yeah, Sartak, can you answer?
Yes. You will get the recording link of this workshop after the completion of this workshop.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, and
Because
also
without that, we will not be able to do that.
yes, definitely. And
Yeah.
also, I will be sharing you the form tomorrow, because certain people asked out that regarding the certification. So the form I'll be sharing it tomorrow, which you people can fill it out. So I'll be sharing after the end of our session. You finish the performance first on the particular workshop, and then complete the certification form.
Yeah, ma'am. Okay.
Okay. Yes, so I have shared the dataset link here. You can just bookmark it. You can just save it wherever you want to and work on that respective dataset link. I hope you already have an access to the executable file, the downloaded version of Power BI desktop. If you don't have it, I've already shared the link earlier. If you want the link again, you just let me know. I can drop the
Yeah,
information.
please share it again.
Yes,
We will
sure.
share
So,
it.
yeah, this is the link of Power BI desktop. Okay, so the task is the very simple. This is the data set. Whatever the kind of derivations, whatever the kind of relevations, you can bring it from that respective data set with the respective use of the categorical input values, input fields that exist in the data set. You can use that like how we had done today, different set of options. When it comes to the visuals, the kind of charts that you go with, the bar, the scatter plot, or the kind of the donut chart. So whatever option you choose, you can go with it and you can try it. You can showcase it. So the first 10 to 15 minutes, we'll be discussing the work that you've done. So whoever is interested can share the screen and definitely we could discuss that before go with the complete advanced features that we'll be explaining it out for tomorrow. Priyanshu, about the notes, Sarthak, could you answer it?
Yes, Priyanshu can create your own notes after the recording will be shared with you. Okay.
Yes. So I had shared the link to the Power BI desktop download, where you can download the desktop version of the Power BI. And following to that, I've also given the Kaggle dataset for tomorrow that you need to kind of do it as an assignment or practice. And today's dataset, I hope you already have saved it, the Superstore dataset. And after to that, tomorrow we'll again focus not only on the foundations and advanced level concepts, we'll also go on working with a real-time based derivation of an analytics dashboard. So that's going to be completely end-to-end from the scratch.
Yes, ma'am. We got
Thank you,
the
ma'am.
links for the data set
Thank
and
you,
one
ma'am.
Power BI.
So, ma'am, tomorrow is the last session.
Ma'am,
Yeah, tomorrow is the last session. But definitely, if you have any queries or any particular things that you wanted to connect me with, definitely even after this session, if you are interested, you can connect with me. I'll also be sharing my LinkedIn profile tomorrow. If at all the people want to connect with me, you can do
That's
that.
great. That's great, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am,
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
ma'am,
Have
I
a
just
good
wanted to,
day. Yeah,
ma'am, I just had one query regarding this.
yeah,
Ma'am,
sure.
could you please like elaborate that? Is it is it advantageous to have prior knowledge of Excel for doing Power BI, or a beginner can also achieve the same proficiency in Power BI without the use of Excel or without the knowledge of Excel?
You don't need any advanced knowledge or any even a foundational knowledge of Excel. Even without Excel knowledge, you can easily complete any kind of an analysis dashboard in Power BI. That's not at all relevant because everything is automated. Every particular feature that exists in Power BI has an AI enabled transmission. So it no longer require the extended support of Excel for it. Earlier we used to need that, but from the last 2 to 3 years we don't need it.
But I think, ma'am, a statistical knowledge is required
Yeah,
because this is
statistical
based.
knowledge is required. So with
That is very much required. I think so.
yes, definitely, I agree to that. But even a person with no foundations in Excel can definitely work on this Power BI.
Hmm.
But coming to statistical knowledge, whether you have to deal with a kind of a database management system or whether
Yeah. That is required.
yeah, whether you
Even the
have
AI is doing that statistics also, ma'am. Now
yes,
the AI has started using statistics too, so we don't even require that nowadays.
yeah, whether if you have to work with a data manipulation or whether you need to do numerical calculations because data sets are far beyond. Sometimes you'll be having more than 10,000 pages or 20,000 pages if you're kind of working in industry based projects. So definitely in
Right,
that
ma'am. Right.
case, you need to be making the process more automated. So it's all about how you do the smart work rather than the hard work.
Correct.
Yes. So that's the
Right,
overall
ma'am. Right.
details and information from my side. Anything you want to add, Sartak, to the
Yes, ma'am. We would like to thank you, ma'am, for joining us today on the first day of the workshop and sharing your knowledge so generously. What is just meaningless? But after today's session, we can create meaningful stories and more out of the data which is available to us. So thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you, Sarthak. Thanks for the invite. And definitely, I look forward to see out to all the particular dashboards that you come up with tomorrow. Because even though I can't see every single dashboard that you work upon for tomorrow, but additionally, when I share the form, so the kind of form that you have to fill for the certificate, I'll be asking you to post the particular documentation, the particular dashboard that you had created from your side. So definitely, that will add
Uh,
much of a weightage to the work that you had done till now.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, yes, Saket.
Actually, some students are still asking for the tomorrow's homework. So can you please repeat that?
Okay. So the tomorrow's homework, the main important reason here is basically to understand how much you could grab from today's session. So here what we are doing is I'm going to be sharing the students' performance data set. So in here we generally go with the same sort of process. So if you see in my session right now today, I had taken out to the e-commerce data set and I show you the visualization, I show you the comparison of inputting out the data fields in terms of x-axis, y-axis, legend, categories, breakdown. So similarly, you can apply the same strategy, the same mechanism, and create the correlation factors that exist with different set of categorical rows and columns that we have it from the data set, and work on that. Definitely, after that, you can generally see at least you have a foundational level knowledge that you could explore it, and have included the dataset link here. If you want, I can kind of add it once more for you people. I have included the dataset link. If you haven't downloaded the particular information of the Python, the Power BI kind of a downloaded version, definitely I added it earlier too. If you want, I can add it that once again as well. Okay, where is this? Okay, let me add it once again.
Ma'am, is the certificate available? Will be available for tomorrow, ma'am, for this workshop?
Yes, certificate will be. You won't be getting the certificate instantly. Within 2 to 3 days, you will receive the certificate. So I'll be expecting you people to fill the form first. So once we complete the workshop session tomorrow, you people will be filling the form, and immediately within 2 to 3 days, you will be receiving your certificate to your mail addresses.
Okay, thank you. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. And
Thank you
I
so much.
also shared you the link once again, the Power BI download link for the
Yes, ma'am,
Power
we
BI
got it.
workshop. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Yes, and also,
Thank you so much, ma'am.
That's it.
yeah, sure, thank you. And also, I guess startup you had shared the workshop link as well, right? The feedback form, I guess.
Yes, I have shared it in the chat.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Sarthak, video link will be shared in the GS space?
Yes, we will share all the things in the G space and in the
Okay,
members group.
okay, okay, okay. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
also in channel group also.
Yes. So startup, you can
Okay,
also.
thank you.
Startup,
Yes,
are you
ma'am.
here? Yes. Uh,
Yes.
so I was just thinking, like, if you could put out all the details, the same kind of links that I shared, even the data sets as well. If you could share it out to them in a kind of a group that you people already have it as a communication, then definitely that would be better. They'll be having the access to the links whenever they want to.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct, correct.
Sure, ma'am. I will share all the links in the members group.
Yes. Sure. So I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow again, and we'll
Thank
continue
you.
for the session of the workshop.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your valuable time,
Thank
ma'am.
you,
Thank you
ma'am.
so. Good
Thank
night, ma'am.
you. Yeah. Good night.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Good
Thank
night.
Thank you, ma'am. Good night, ma'am.
Good night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Good
you,
night,
everyone,
ma'am.
for joining us.
Night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today for the first day of the workshop.
Thank you.
Okay.